Hey there, welcome back to Cooking with Violet Vixen. We are making moussaka. Moussaka is a dish that is basically like lasagna, but instead of the lasagna sheets, you use eggplant. So I could not get baby eggplants. Didn't try too hard, but I couldn't get. So I brought big eggplants. I brought 3 and I've just cut them up into slices. So we're going to get started on this. Let's go. Okay, so first of all what we're going to do is we're going to heat the oven at 180. If you've got a grill, you actually need to grill your eggplant. This is just so that it will be able to use it basically like lasagna sheets. So I've got this tray that goes in my oven if I want to use it as a grill. So I don't use my grill very often, so I can't put my oven on 180 because it's both. So what I need to do is just get it onto the grill and just do a few of these at a time. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but I'm just going to use all of them. So I'll do them in batches, like so. Spray them, and then you give them a few minutes on each side, and then just put them aside as you go. And I have just soaked them in salty water so that it, I believe you soak them in salty water so that it takes away the bitterness. I'm not sure if that's the reason why. I can Google it though and let you know. So the first lot are in. So for this one you're going to need a substantially sized tray. So I'm going to use this big white one that I normally use for roasting. I'm going to give that one a spray. And while we're smoking out my kitchen, because I hardly use my grill, I'll let you see what I mean in a minute. We are going to start and do the mince mixture. So grab a saucepan. It's very exciting because I hardly use the grill and the element is actually above. I think it gets a lot of crap and stuff from when you use the oven. And I've just turned it on, and the combination of the cooking spray and whatever's on the element is causing a bit of excitement. Come and have a look. It's like a volcano at the back of the oven there. Very exciting, and it stinks too. It's our eggplant. We might just pull the tray out and see how our eggplants are eggplanting along. Whew. Yeah, they're starting to grill, which is what we want anyway. So we're basically just grilling them so that they don't go brown. And then I'm going to pop them in the tray. Oh boy, stinky. Alright, let's grab what we need to make the mince mixture. Okay, so to make our mince mixture, first of all we have sprayed the, I'm not using a frying pan, I'm using a saucepan. So we are going to add the onion and garlic in there, and we're going to saute it on high until it's just ready to roll. Now because my grill hardly gets used, the eggplant's going to take a while, but the good news is that this mixture is going to simmer for about 25 minutes anyway, so it doesn't matter how long it takes, just we'll get it done. Okay, just try not to suffocate in the meantime. That one could do. Alright. Alright, so we're grilling away nicely. we're onion and garlicking away nicely. 1 clove of garlic. If you want more garlic, chuck more in. It's all good. All right. Saute away. It's probably hard for you to see what's going on here, so I'll check back in a moment. So with the moussaka, there was a variation. You could choose lamb or beef mince. Now, I don't know about this because I'm pretty sure moussaka always has lamb mince, so I went with the lamb mince. So I've got 500 grams of lamb mince. So once the onion and the garlic is sauteed as good as you can get it, we're going to add that lamb mince. And I have just turned the eggplant over, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. So we're multitasking here. This can be done, you know. Alright, so have a look at these, because we're going to do this again. Keep doing this until all the eggplant is done. And as I say, I don't know how much eggplant I need, so I'm just going to keep going with it. I probably brought too many eggplant. I might not have brought enough, but there's only one way to find out. Just keep going with it. So I've still got them soaking in the water because eggplant does go brown as well. And one bit fell through. Alright, give those a spray. Now, the good thing with the grill, even though my grill's crappy, the longer it's on, the quicker they grill. So, but as I said, I've got, I think, about 25 minutes once I get everything into this saucepan, so there's no hurry. Okay. Half a kilo of lamb mince. We're going to pop that in and break it up with our spoon. Beautiful. That's good. Alright. Excellent. You can turn that down a bit if you want. Doesn't really need to be up that high now. Okay, so just keep simmering and grilling. Okay, the next thing we're going to need is going to be our liquids that go in with the mince. Which is going to be the tin of tomatoes and 1 cup of dry white wine. Now I just got this one from Aldi. It should be fine. I'm not really a wine connoisseur, so should do the job. Right, so we want 1 cup. Now what I like to do is once I've tipped the tin in, I will actually deglaze the tin with that. And we pop in a pinch of nutmeg as well. Half a teaspoon. Alright. Have a quick squizzy at our eggplant. It's still grilling away nicely. Alright. The grill is one of those things that if you don't use it often enough, you're going to get shit burning off on it. So it's a good idea to use it every now and again, I suppose. Okay, when your mince is all brown, crank it back up again because we want to try and bring it up to the boil as quick as we can now. In goes the tin of diced tomatoes. Deglaze the tin with the cup of white wine. Stir that around really good. And then we want our half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Alright. So once we get this on, we're going to make a white sauce as well. In goes that nutmeg. It's good I've used nutmeg. It's weird. I've used nutmeg twice this week and I haven't used it in ages. And it's interesting because one lot of nutmeg was on the top of the custard tart episode before this one. And the rest of it is in here. So nutmeg is one of those sweet or savoury condiments. Alright, bring that to the boil. And then we are going to simmer it uncovered for 15 to 20 minutes. Just go 15 minutes if we can get it up really high. Okay, now that our grill is grilling really good, our eggplant is going super good now. So we're going to turn our slices over again. And go again with those. Okay. So see that we're coming to the boil now. And I'll just show you what we did. So first up, we are actually putting 1/3 of the slices on the bottom. So I'm going to put a few extra in there because I'm sure I'm going to have a few extra. Then again, maybe not. So technically it's one eggplant per layer if you've had to go the option I've had to go. If you've gone with the finger ones or the baby ones, you was to cut them into 3. So yeah, you would have used 1/3 of that anyway. Don't ask me to do maths, please. This is a cooking show, not a math show. Alright. Just wait for it to come up to the boil a little bit more. It's just starting to simmer now. Pop your timer on for 20 minutes. So that way then when we're ready to back it off, we're already away. Okay. Let's see what we need to do the white sauce. So it's going to be 2 cups of low-fat milk. So keeping in mind 2 cups of milk, and we are going to be making the sauce in a saucepan, you want not a small saucepan, but not a large one. So I'll get the next size up from the yellow one that I used this morning. Okay, let's get that one down. Okay, so the eggplant slices are grilling away nicely. The sauce is simmering away beautifully. And we're going to make the white sauce. So melt your 40 grams of low-fat spread, aka margarine, in that size saucepan that we was talking about. Okay, so the mince has got about 12 minutes to go, so we're going good. So now we're really multitasking because we're doing 3 things at once. Scary. Okay. So we've got 2 cups of milk ready. I use low-fat milk. Feel free to use whatever milk you like. My recipe says to use low-fat milk as well, but some people have full-fat milk, some have other milk. So yeah, go for whatever you like. Okay, and once that's melted, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. And once that eggplant's finished grilling, I think I've just got one more lot to go. So we're going pretty good on that as well. So with the 2 tablespoons of flour, I'm just going to get that ready. I don't normally make white sauce with margarine. I normally use butter, but it'll still give it the same flavouring. I used margarine in something a while ago and I can't even remember what it was, but it actually gave quite a surprising taste to it rather than butter all the time. Alright, a bit longer on the eggplant. Main reason why I want it grilled is just so that it is going to, what do you call it? Not go brown. I suppose it's going to go brown anyway, right? Alright, a little bit longer on the butter / margarine. This is going really good. We want this to thicken though, so suggestion is to crank it up a bit higher. We've got 10 minutes, so we want to try and boil out all the liquid, but we don't want it too dry though, because otherwise if it's too dry it's going to be not nice. A little bit longer on this. Alright, in goes the 2 tablespoons of flour. Put the lid on so we don't knock it over. I don't want to be cleaning a kilo of flour up off my floor today, thank you. Alright, we make it into that, a row, bit at a time with the milk. And just keep stirring it. Alright. At this time, you might want to consider a whisk, just so that we can make sure we got no lumps in this sauce. Perfect. There is no lumps in the sauce now. Touch wood. Add a bit more. Okay, we're going to get these eggplants out. We're really on the multitasking now. Here we go. Look how we're going now. These are going really good. Alright. It helps because the grill's been on for so long as well. Doesn't matter which way you cut your eggplant up, because sometimes having different shapes is actually good in your favour, because you're making layers, and what better way to make layers than with shapes and smaller pieces. So keep going. I'm just going to try and get the last of these on so that we're basically doing one final grill. We can do it. Here we go. Alright. Perfecto. My wrist is starting to feel a bit sore from holding this. Okay. In she goes. That's our last lot of eggplants in. So we're generally into 3 lots. So we're good. We're going good. Okay. How's our white sauce looking? Put the rest of the milk in. And our lamb mince is bubbling away beautifully. Excellent. Alright, we'll be back. Now that the lamb mince is really thickened and it's got 4 minutes to go, I've backed it down to 1. so it's just basically going to simmer for that little bit longer. We are waiting for the white sauce to thicken. It's doing on its own, and we've just got the last of the eggplant in. So we are nearly ready to assemble and cook. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to start assembling it without the rest of the slices because they're nearly done anyway. So what we do, a third of the slices, half of the meat sauce goes over the top. Don't need that anymore. Try and spread it out because since I've got so much eggplant, I'm probably doing this in a very big tray as opposed to a smaller tray. So I think predominantly we're going to have more eggplant. Arrange 1/3 of the eggplant over the base. Spread half of the meat sauce over the eggplant. Repeat layers, finishing with eggplant. Pour white sauce over. Okay, so we don't even need the white sauce at the moment. Okay. Talk about confusing. Alright, chuck some more eggplant over the top. Very different to lasagna, isn't it? Because you'd have your white sauce all over the shop. But it's cool. Alright. Look at this. I'm going to put an extra piece there. Okay. So now we pop the rest of the meat sauce over the top. I was going to say, while you're waiting, get your oven onto 180, but I can't put my oven onto 180 until my eggplant finishes its grilling. So, hopefully, all you out there have got a proper grill that you can use. To do that part. Who would have thought that we can have the meat sauce ready before our eggplant? Only here. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of the eggplant. Okay, now it doesn't matter how you get these final slices on, just on they go, all over. Even if you've got to go down the sides with it. I think I've done pretty good guessing that I needed 3 eggplants, by the way. 2 probably would have done, but at least with 3, I know that I'm not going to run out of eggplant to go on the top. And using the great big tray was definitely a 10 out of 10 idea. Now, just so you know, this serves 4 to 6. Quite honestly, I would go more near 6 because I've got so much extra eggplant on it. So, for me, this is going to be 4 in the freezer and 1 tonight, 1 tomorrow night. So I'm really excited because I can't remember whether I have made this dish before. Normally don't make things that my mother isn't going to eat, but to be honest, she's not eating much anyway, so she's not going to be eating this, so it's all good. Happy days. Now that one's very well grilled, and then we've got that. Okay, so that is excellent looking. Remove the tray. Okay, our final steps I should say. Okay, how's that looking? Eggplanty? Eggplanty enough? Okay. Oops, don't put that on there. Okay, get your ladle and white sauce all over the top. This is really going to sink in. That's looking so good. Eggplant may not be for everyone, but you know, if you want to give it a go, you can try it. Alternatively, if you just say, not interested in eggplant, substitute the eggplant for potato, or pumpkin, sweet potato, or just use lasagna sheets if you want. But personally, give it a go. You know, once you've got that, pour white sauce over, sprinkle with cheese. We're going to bake this for 20 to 25 minutes. So it's fairly easy to prepare it. I mean, it's not one of those 5-minute dishes when you get home, but you know, the results are worth it. So I will see you in about 25 minutes. So it's been in the oven for 20 minutes. Yep, and it's looking good. So thanks for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. I hope you enjoyed this episode of moussaka, and I'm going to catch you next time. Bye!